Hi there, a happy new year 2021 to you. Woo, we all made it despite the challenges of last year. This is my first video this year, and I've been doing a series since I started late last year, a series on performance management. And if you haven't watched the other three videos, please go search for them on this channel. I am Nancy Ekwezu, and this is the fourth video I'm doing on performance management. I'm Nancy Ekwezu. I'm a life management consultant, a life coach, and a professional administrator. And on my channel, Nancy Ekwezu, I share videos on workplace and school administration, management, and personal development. And I have quite a number of videos there, and we closed last year with about 122 subscribers. So please remember to subscribe right away if you're not yet subscribed to my channel. And remember to turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I have new video uploads. So that is it about me. So like I said, this is the fourth video, fourth video on performance management that I'm doing, and it's not the last one, so watch out for all of the other videos. So today the topic is, how is performance management changing? How is performance management changing? I did lay an intro in my previous video, so I'm not going to delve into the details of what I discussed in those three videos, but today we are looking at how performance management is changing. You know, like everything in management, performance management is constantly evolving. And as a manager, it will do you a lot of good not to stick to the same old thing when you know that there are new and better ways to do it. So as a manager, you need to understand the processes that performance management has taken over the years and where it is now and where we are heading. So let me just give you a brief background of what it was like in performance management. Quite some years ago, managers thought that the best thing to do was to at least have one review, one performance evaluation or appraisal at the end of the year for all of the people that they supervise. That served the purpose then. And then it was found that there were a lot of lapses in just having one annual review. And so managers decided, well, why can't we have two? And so there was a progression, from one performance management review, one appraisal, one evaluation at the end of the year, to having two. One in the middle, that's the mid-year appraisal or mid-year review, and then one at the end of the year, making two, which was an improvement on just having one. And then it was also found that this appraisal, just having people think that performance management was just about having appraisal at the end of a period and giving feedback, and accountability. And then there was a lot of blame game. The subordinates would say, no, my supervisor didn't tell me what to do, even though in between we only met twice in the year about my performance. And a lot of, back and forth. And then it was now found that there was a great need to not only have two performance reviews in a year, but to have regular check-ins with the people that you supervise. So there was now more emphasis on relationship building with the people that you manage or supervise, so that you constantly know where they are at with their goals, and they also know and make an input on how they can improve. So you can see now we've moved from one evaluation in a year to two in a year, and then to regular check-ins, which is what goes on now. Regular check-ins, because it was found that the once in a year evaluation or the twice in a year had its lapses, which I'm going to explain to you now. One of them was that there wasn't much room for creativity and innovation. And that meant the emphasis was on the individual achieving. So there was a lot of pressure on people to achieve. And, it led to a lot of politicking in the organization and people trying to undo the other, so that they achieve their own goals, which ultimately may not even all go well for the overall good of the organization. And so that led to not too much collaboration, not too much teamwork, and a lot of internal competition amongst the employees in order to be seen as performing members of staff. I'm sure you've been there. I've worked in an organization where it was really tough, where people were out to outdo the other person in any way they could, and sometimes in very unethical ways, just to achieve their goals. So those are the shortfalls of the once in a year or twice in a year evaluation. But now, with a lot is going on in performance management to replace all of that with a continuous check-in. You could have like monthly check-ins with your manager. You could even do it every Friday, every week, to just know how they're performing. For example, on my last job, I had meetings with my immediate subordinates, with the heads of schools and my admin team, to know where they were with their goals. So we set goals weekly. I knew what they were going to work on every week, and so I could at the end of the week I could evaluate them and say, okay, what did you achieve this week out of the main goals? Remember, you have your big goals for the year, and then you break them down. And so monthly we were able, monthly we had our goals, and then weekly we were able to say, okay, these are the goals that you have for next week out of the big goals. Remember, they all have to be in tandem with the major goals that we have for the organization. And then we'll now say, okay, these are the goals you've achieved. Next week, these are what you're going to achieve. And it was a lot easier that way. And I could also offer support and also offer some level of coaching and mentoring to help them achieve their goals. So that is what modern day performance management is about. It's collaborate, it allows for collaboration. It allows for a lot of communication between the manager and the people that they supervise. So the line manager has a lot of work to do to make the employees speak out. If they're having challenges with their goals, they must speak to you. If they're having issues achieving them, if there's a need to review even the goals you have set, because with all of the changes going on, in the international scene, with all the pandemic and so many things, you cannot just set fixed goals now and say this is for 1 year, go and achieve them. That would be so unrealistic as a manager. And so what you need to do is have a regular check-in. These are the tips I'm giving you about modern day performance management. There must be clear communication, regular check-ins with your subordinates, with the people you manage, to know how they're doing. They should have an open door policy where they come to you and they're able to discuss, where they are with their goals, what goals they're working on, what challenges they are facing, and the input that you can give as a manager, and how you can challenge them on their creativity and innovation to be able to achieve. And also talk to you about who they are collaborating with in the organization or outside the organization to make sure that these goals are accomplished. Additionally, when you see that the goals do not make sense anymore when you compare them with what is going on and the reality on ground, then you could sit with your subordinate and then evaluate, review those goals and say, okay, these were the goals we set at the beginning of the year, but now with everything going on, we will need to do this or that and change. For example, when the pandemic struck, none of us envisaged that. But along the way, there had to be a change because people had to work virtually. You really would not expect them to go about their goals the way that they were going about it before you had to make the shift to doing your operations virtually. So goals have to be done in a way that you can actually review them when there is a need to as a manager. Excuse me, I don't know what's itching me here. Okay, so as a manager, and so those are the changes. And then remember continuous communication, continuous check-in, and then encouraging collaboration, innovation, and creativity. And I like the employee to own that process of getting the goals achieved so that they develop themselves. And then, and another thing that this will happen in modern day performance management is that because there's continuous check-in with the people you supervise, you're able to tell very easily the gaps that they have in their skills, where they need to improve on their skills, where they need to improve in their, the skills that will help them achieve their job. So you're readily able to make recommendations about books, courses, webinars, webcasts, seminars, conferences, summits that they can attend in order to improve, and how they're able to now use them on their job. So it encourages personal and professional development, because you can't really hide the skills that you do not have, from your manager. It's a lot easier to appraise people that way, and the subordinate already also knows where he or she is at in achieving their goals. Then there is one more very great thing that the modern performance management does, and that is that it encourages a lot of development, even from the manager in terms of coaching and mentoring. Because you come constantly in touch with your manager as an employee, you're able to get in, a lot of tips here and there. So there's coaching, there's kind of inspiration from them and motivation to go about your goals. For every team I lead, I meet with my immediate subordinates weekly, the people like my direct reports. I meet with them weekly. I share my life story. I share my journey as an administrator over the years in the organizations that I have worked. And they're able to glean and learn from my experiences and from my mistakes, and also from the achievements that I have made in various organizations that I have worked. And so when they are facing similar challenges on their jobs, they know that they are not alone, that they have an administrator over them, a manager over them, who is able to offer the much needed support for them to achieve their goals. And little wonder we were able to achieve a lot of the goals that we did in the organization I led. And one of them notably is that we were able to get 100% fee collection from the parents in the group of schools, which had never happened before my administration. They were also able to stretch out of their comfort zone and be able to develop themselves and take ownership of their professional journey, their personal development, because I urged them and knocked them out of their comfort zone through my coaching and mentoring, and how much I was able to motivate them. So basically, those are the things that you would see in modern performance management. I'm going to go through them again. The old system encouraged a lot of, one-on-one, a lot of individual contribution and drive, and it was almost like enslaving people to just achieve, and because they wanted to just see a lot of on their paper that they were outstanding staff, they didn't mind cutting corners, they didn't mind stabbing others just to achieve it. But in modern day performance management, what we have right now, agility, okay, there's a lot of that going on, and then we allow a lot of one-on-one with your manager, a lot of check-ins, a lot of communication, a lot of reviews, a lot of coaching, a lot of, really in management now, the way is coaching. You don't just dump goals on subordinates and let them there. And I must say that if you have millennials on your team, and if you do not coach them to develop themselves to achieve the goals, believe me, you stand a very good chance of losing them, because that's one way that they get challenged and they get motivated to work, when they're able to own the process, develop themselves, and then they see the results, not just you dumping goals on them. So remember, there must be a lot of communication, a lot of check-ins, and then the way of performance management is coaching the staff to get their goals achieved. And then you encourage a lot of innovation and creativity and collaboration among the team members, instead of everybody competing against one another as if they're working for different organizations. It becomes a me thing when it's just an end of year appraisal. But when it's continuous, it's very hard for someone else to get credit for something that someone else did. It's also, you're also able to tell when a colleague needs, when a subordinate or an employee or your direct reports needs the help of another employee in the organization. And you can assess them how well they are able to collaborate with others, maybe in their own unit or other departments in the organization, to get the goals achieved. So remember, modern day performance management encourages innovation, encourages creativity, encourages collaboration, encourages a lot of check-ins and communication between the manager and the direct reports. And that means you as a manager must have the skills for developing great relationships with the people that you manage. So it's not more a lot over there, just assessing the people under you in the name of an appraisal or in the name of an end of year review. So the reviews are so regular that when you now meet at the end of either the mid-year or the end, it is that everybody already knows what to do. There are no arguments because you've been having this communication all through. It could be weekly, it could be quarterly, it could be monthly, it could be quarterly, but whatever it is that works for your organization, do it. I would recommend that you meet with your, you don't never be too busy as a manager to meet with your direct reports. Weekly is fine. It doesn't have to be an extended meeting. Sometimes just stopping by 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a little 30 minutes meeting and feedback from them weekly it will go a longer way than you can imagine, because I've done it on my previous job and I know the impact that it had on my direct reports. So don't be too distant from the people that you lead. Don't dump goals on them and think that they're just going to accomplish them from the blues, and then you wake up some end of the year day and go in to just evaluate them. I hope that these tips help. I'm Nancy Ekpezu. Remember, I'm a management consultant and administrator and a certified life coach. And on this channel, I share videos on administration, workplace administration, school administration, management, and personal development. Please go to my videos. This year, 2021, I hope to do a lot more videos than I did previously. Please always watch out for my videos weekly, and remember to be good and stay focused on your goals in 2021. Remember also, your goals are not going to jump and accomplish themselves. They are going to be accomplished because you chose to work on them with positivity and the right mindset. So until the next video, please stay healthy, stay strong, use your face mask. I've got mine here. I'll be going out shortly and I hope to use this. I have my sanitizer and I stay away from crowded places. I know that we can only do the much we can, but whatever lies within your power, please do it to stay safe and stay alive so that we go on to accomplish our goals and our purpose on earth. So we will not be cut short untimely. So thank you for watching this video. Share it, make comments, subscribe, turn on your notification button. See you in the next video. Thank you.